Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is News Now at noon.
And thanks so much for joining us for News Now at noon on this Christmas Eve. I'm Justin Gould.
And I'm Rory Polero, in for Matt Hummel. Now at noon, a man is facing charges after allegedly attacking a woman.
Plus, where the National Comedy Center stands in a national poll. But first, we check in with Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, who's standing by now in the First Defense Weather Center. Merry Christmas to you, Mr. Hunter.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Gould, and Mr. Polero as well. And I'm
Mr.
actually
Hunter?
in the Christmas spirit here because my tie, I think I wore this last year if I get right up to the camera. See, its nose kind of blinks there. But anyway, we'll talk about that a little bit later on. Let's do weather here. And I wanted to throw the ski conditions up because with the melting we've had recently, we're going to get a little bit more snow. So that'll help to add some more snow on top of these bases. Most everybody is reporting a machine groom surface, except there at Hollymount where they have a machine groom loose granular surface. And this may not be good news going into the weekend because it looks like, according to the Climate Prediction Center, we're going to get warm once again, above average temperatures. We could be flirting with 50 by the time the week is done and over with, if you can believe that. So it's the up, down temps once again. But for today, scattered snow showers will continue throughout the day. 29 for the early afternoon. As we go throughout the afternoon, we'll probably peg out around 30, 31 degrees. Snow will continue, and this will be somewhat lake effect as well. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And as we go into the evening, snow will continue, not as intense as it will be, and temperatures not falling back too much, maybe into the upper to mid 20s. We'll time out the rest of the snow chances, plus tomorrow's Christmas. How's it looking? With that Quick Solution 7-Day later on. Jay and Roy.
All right, Dakota, thank you. Our top story today, New York State Police have charged a Frewsburg man with driving while intoxicated after they said he left the scene of an Austin Hill Road accident that happened over the weekend on Saturday. Troopers arrested 50-year-old Richard Wisner for driving while intoxicated. New York State Police and the Town of Carroll Police Department responded to that Austin Hill Road accident for a report of a two-car motor vehicle crash. Investigators said that Wisner was driving west on Austin Hill Road when he struck an unoccupied vehicle parked there, causing damage to both cars. Police said Wisner fled the scene but was located by troopers soon thereafter in an intoxicated state. Wisner was placed under arrest and transported to the State Police Barracks in Jamestown, where he refused to provide a breath sample. The man was processed and arraigned in the Town of Carroll Court and released on his own recognizance. Wisner is scheduled to appear in that court next month.
And the city of Jamestown man was arrested and jailed after allegedly attacking a woman on Chapman Street and fighting with police officers Saturday early morning. Jamestown police have charged 28-year-old Marcus Holland with felony criminal mischief, obstructing governmental administration, and harassment. Police said Holland tried dragging the female victim by her hair and allegedly ripping out a clump of it. He also allegedly broke her cell phone by throwing it against the wall.
And Chautauqua County Executive George Borrello and Director of Public Facilities Brad Bentley took a ride on the county's CARTS bus system, part of Free Fixed Route Friday last week. Borrello and Bentley took feedback from those who rode from Jamestown to Falconer and back. Here's what some of the riders had to say.
Expand for evenings and weekends, special events. We want to add a tourism component to it so people can ride the CARTS bus and get to, say from the park and ride, and because parking is an issue in Jamestown. So getting downtown to the Comedy Center, to the Robert H. Jackson Center, the Lucy Museum, the Northwest Arena. So our plan is to come up with a tourism route, essentially. In summertime, get them out to Chautauqua Lake. So do you ride carts often?
I do, yes.
Good, excellent. Is I find it convenient and everything else?
I do. As I said, honestly, everything you said, I think, is great. Like I said, if you could, 2 more hours later.
Yes. Okay.
Workers.
What do you think about? We were looking at expanding our service and maybe doing weekends and evenings. And also getting. Really?
Yeah, we don't have transportation, so we're trying to get to Walmart and back, and it's really hard to go.
Yeah.
There's only one cab service at that too. So.
Well, that's what we'd like to have. This is really the only true mass transit service in Chautauqua County. So if it would help folks like yourselves be able to get to events, get to the store, that's good to know. That's what we're trying to determine here, and we're going to hopefully make those changes and expand the service for you.
Okay.
So right now you can purchase rides, and based on the zone, there are different prices. And then, as Mr. Liuzzo was explaining, when folks get on the bus, they punch their ticket to, and that pays for the ride. Where an all-day pass now, you can come on and off for one price, and $6 in one zone and $8 in a multi-zone. So this gives people the opportunity then to, instead of having to pay for each time they get on and off the bus, they'd now be able to ride unlimited in one day for one low price. This is the mass transit system, the rapid transit system for Chautauqua County is CARTS. And therefore it's open to all folks. And part of that is going to be not only the marketing of it, but creating a more convenient schedule that takes into the needs of a wider, broader audience of people.
Now, Borrello said whatever upgrades are done to that system, the county will try to take advantage of a New York State DOT grant dubbed the Public Transportation Modernization and Enhancement Program. And Rory, it was really enlightening to be able to see, what a CARTS bus entailed. I spoke a little bit on Friday's show to Matt about this. I've never ridden a CARTS bus before.
I have a couple of times.
And to see how clean it is. When you hear a lot of public transportation in big cities, specifically in Rochester, which I've spent some time in, it's dirty and gross. And I think they really, A, keep the buses clean, and then B, it is fairly speedy for this area. Unlike having to maybe wait for a cab because there's not enough of them, or maybe wait for an Uber. At least there is timed routes for this service.
Well, I grew up we still had a city bus system. And it was so convenient. You went down to the corner, you had your token.
Yeah.
You got in, you threw your token in the machine, and they took you uptown.
Right.
And then you met them on a corner, got in, threw your token, and they took you back towards your house.
Right.
And that's how I got to high school most of the time, was jumping on a city bus.
Yeah.
They weren't nearly as clean as the CARTS buses are, by the way.
Right, they weren't. But certainly it will be easy. I think it'll be interesting to see going forward what Borrello and his crew have to do and what modifications maybe they'll make to that. Obviously, funding is very much a big thing, so we'll see if they can get that grant or not. And if you want to hear Borrello's full conversation with folks on the bus on Friday, you can head on over to WNYNewsNow.com, and we have that for you. You might have to scroll down a bit on the story thing. But saying hello to Brenda, to Carl, to Annie, thank you all so much for being here with us on this Christmas Eve, seeing a couple of new faces, a couple old faces as well. Coming up next, the National Comedy Center has moved into first place in a national contest. Details on that and how you can vote coming up.
And later, Dakota with a check of our forecast as News Now at Noon continues, and so does our cold.
Coming soon to downtown Jamestown, Pearl City Hops Restaurant and Tavern. The full-service restaurant will carry a wide array of craft brews, wines, and food pairings to make your taste buds sing. Enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week, including a Sunday brunch buffet. A truly one-of-a-kind experience coming soon.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Keep your car running smooth this winter at Express Bike and Auto. Located at 1761 Foote Avenue Extension, right here in Jamestown, they're your one-stop shop for all of your automotive needs. Looking for a new ride? Express Bike and Auto even sells vehicles. And guess what? Financing is available. What are you waiting for? Visit Express Bike and Auto at 1761 Foote Avenue Extension today.
And the National Comedy Center has moved into first place in USA Today's Best New Attraction in America contest. People can vote once per day, and the NCC was in second behind an architectural museum in Chicago, but it's shown in first place as the latest results. No vote totals have been released yet. You can vote once a day for its favorite of 20 new attractions, and the vote can be registered at USA Today's website.
And Chautauqua County will receive more than $200,000 for snowmobile trail grooming and maintenance as part of a $4.2 million state program. New York State Governor Andrew Cuomo made that announcement over the weekend. Cuomo also named January 25th through the 27th as free snowmobiling weekend for all out-of-state and Canadian snowmobilers. Cattaraugus County will also receive over $150,000 in funding for trail maintenance.
And the holiday season is a time for family and friends. And no surprisingly, with all the parties and all the dinners, it's also a time for expanding our waistlines. But that doesn't have to be the case, as Kim Hutcherson has tips for people to maintain weight going into the new year.
The average person packs on 1 to 2 pounds during the holiday season. For people looking to get a jump start on those New Year's resolutions, here are a few tricks to keep the numbers on the scale from sliding higher during the holiday season. Never show up to a party hungry. Eat breakfast in the morning to control appetite and a healthy snack before heading out so you don't arrive starving. Limit alcohol intake. Cocktails are high in calories, especially sugary holiday drinks. They also increase appetite and decrease inhibition, making you more likely to beeline for the snack table. Skip anything high in sugar and alternate what you do drink with a glass of water. Use a smaller plate. Large plates are associated with weighing more because larger portions increase caloric intake. Studies also show that people who survey a buffet before loading up on food tend to weigh less. This is probably because they took the time to decide what they wanted in advance rather than grabbing everything that looked good. And beware bite-sized treats, which can quickly add up to hundreds of extra calories. And get rid of leftovers. If you're the one throwing the party, add Tupperware to your shopping list. Sending guests home with leftovers will keep you from binging on them. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
All right, Kim, thank you very much.
Oh, Rory, I always have that problem. I should survey the buffet before I go. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think out there. But there's always so much good food, whether
I survey it.
The ham, the turkey.
1 of those, 4 of those, 8 of those,
Right.
2 pounds of that.
But no, I mean, she's right. Very much, we have to certainly watch our intake, and I suppose we could all head over to the fitness bunker come later this week after we're done with our turkey or ham or whatever comas you have up there, beef on wick comas.
Cannolis.
Cannoli comas.
Die happy.
Sugar cookie comas. There's just so many good
Well,
food items.
people say, oh, everybody picks up a couple of pounds at Christmas. Every time I walk by my fridge, I put on a pound and a half. It just happens.
Tis the season, I suppose.
That's true.
It is what it is.
Santa Claus isn't skinny, so...
Right. I wonder if he gets skinny as he heads into, the spring and summer. I wonder if he sheds the pounds. And
I don't know. That's a good question. We should send our investigative team out to check it out.
We should. That would be...
I'm willing to go to the North Pole.
Yeah? All right. We'll get you ready on that one-way ticket.
Sounds good. One-way ticket. Thanks.
Well... Next here, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter with a look at our Christmas Eve forecast.
And later, the sights and sounds of Christmas at Jamestown High School. All after this.
The Fitness Bunker in Lakewood is a locally owned and operated club that cares about your health and wellness. They invest in it. Right now, enter their 30-day challenge, where for only $69, you get 30 days of unlimited everything. That's right, everything, along with 2 one-on-one personal training sessions. Then, if you lose 10 pounds, you'll get the next month free. Plus, the first place winner will get 2 Buffalo Bills tickets or a $100 gift card. Details right now on the Fitness Bunker's Facebook page.
with coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
First Defense Weather is sponsored by Quick Solutions of Jamestown. Count on Quick Solutions for printing, copying, mass mailings, and so much more. Part of your team. Learn more at QuickSolutionsUSA.com. That's QuickSolutionsUSA.com.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
Lay off the alcohol and limit your food intake. It's the holidays, people. You're supposed to do that stuff. Then that way New Year's is a time to figure out how the heck you're going to get the weight off. Anyway, let's take a look at the Christmas countdown. 2 days? How about one more day? And this kind of is a racing thing. The white flag in racing means final lap. Well, today's the final day before Christmas. It is tomorrow. And sure hope you got all that shopping done, because you don't want to be that person rushing around Christmas Eve to get a Christmas gift like Howard in Jingle All the Way. Turbo Man! Anyway, snow showers continue through this afternoon. This is what happens when you get a good night's sleep over the weekend. You act a little nuts. Light to moderate accumulations continue throughout the day. A seasonably chilly Christmas, not too cold, but essentially not warm either. And as I mentioned earlier, warming back up as we go throughout week's end. So it looks like it will get warmer once again. Christmas Day forecast, a little revision here. 31 degrees is the average high. The valleys will probably be stuck into the 20s all day. The Lake Erie shoreline will be a little bit warmer than this. A few snow showers, otherwise mostly cloudy and to complete overcast for areas inland. So again, the average high this time of the year is around 33, so not too far off it. And I wanted to throw this graphic in because I thought this was interesting. The past 5 Christmases, dating back from 2013 all the way until last year, these are the high temps that we had at the airport over the past 5 years. Now, you could look at this. 2015, we had 53 degrees. The lowest temperature was 21 degrees. That's below average. And you can see the majority of the past 5 years have been spent above average, minus 2013 and last year where it was below average. So again, the odds kind of favor above, but it's actually going to be slightly below once again. Now, the winter weather advisory for lake effect snow continues until 6 o'clock tonight, and that is for that lake effect snow that is continuing across the area. So again, until 6 o'clock, that will go for the southern tier. All these counties here that are shaded in purple, that includes much of our coverage area minus Warren and Erie, Pennsylvania. So let's time this out for you here on Future Scan. You can see the model picks up on that lake effect snow. Again, the darker blues indicate the heavier amounts of snowfall rates. It looks like the heavier snow, as always, is going to be confined to the highest hills. And again, everybody's going to be getting a little bit of something here. You can see the winds coming straight off the lake. It starts to die down a little bit tonight, going into early tomorrow morning. It'll fade into just a few snow flurries for tomorrow morning, with a few lighter snow showers continuing for Christmas Day. Now, this is the snow machine algorithm on our in-house Future Scan model, and these are the additional snow totals that the computer is spitting out. Maybe around 3 inches around Cherry Creek. Again, maybe 3 inches right on the highest hills. I think everybody else should be near 1 to 2.5 inches of additional snowfall. So White Christmas, stamp it. We're going to have it because this snow is not going to be melting away. So hour by hour we go. You can see that the lake effect snow continues and temperature is not dipping off too much, only into the upper 20s for tonight. Zone forecast for tomorrow, and Merry Christmas, by the way. And this is what you can expect here at Lake Erie shoreline, mid-30s, maybe a few peaks of sun in the afternoon, but the majority of the day should be mostly cloudy. Inland we go into the valleys and mountains, maybe around 31 degrees. Look at Little Valley, 29 degrees. Again, the valleys will probably be stuck into the 20s all day, but all in all, not a bad Christmas day. Now, the future, brought to you by Quick Solutions. 31 degrees Tuesday, and again 33 Wednesday. Here comes that warm up once again. We'll be flirting with 50 by this time again on Friday, and temperatures go back down to the 30s for the weekend. We will be right back, so don't go away.
wishing you a safe and happy holiday season. WNY News Now, the Jolly Team, where coverage comes first.
I just love to be with the dogs, and I like to do them one at a time. They don't wait for 5 hours in my shop. We have full groom, which includes everything from A to Z, nails, of course brushing, any trimming that needs to be done. I do offer teeth brushing, which is a little extra. So if he takes me 2 hours, it's $40. If he takes me 3 hours, I still keep it down. As long as the dog comes back happy and not at the door, I'm happy.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
There's an old saying, there's no news in the newsroom. Well, it's true. The time I spend at the anchor desk is just part of my day. Most of our time is spent gathering stories in the community, stories that matter to you. We can't do it alone, and we need your help. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today, email our news desk, or call our newsroom at 488-7226 so we can bring those stories straight back to you.
WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
And welcome back to News Now at Noon. The voice of the Buffalo Sabres since 1971, Rick Jeanneret is reported as resting and doing well in a Buffalo area hospital. The NHL Hall of Famer gave Sabres fans a scare at Saturday's game as he was removed from the booth on a stretcher and taken to Buffalo General Medical Center by ambulance. No details were released by the Sabres or Jeanneret on what his condition was. But he's had a bout with throat cancer and has a pacemaker because of a slow pulse. Jeanneret's tenure with the Sabres is the longest in NHL history. He tweeted a few media outlets this morning saying, quote, "I'm still kicking. We wish him all the best and a speedy recovery."
Absolutely. Certainly that was a scary situation there at the Sabres game. So
There's three voices locally that I've grown up on: Rick Jeanneret, Van Miller, and Jim Roselli.
Yeah.
I mean, those are it.
So, well, in other news, kids waiting for Santa on Christmas Eve do not have to worry about a possible government shutdown spoiling their fun. The North American Aerospace Defense Command posted assurances on its Twitter page on Friday. Now, for the last 63 years, NORAD has tracked St. Nick through the night as he delivers gifts to boys and girls around the world. The organization's tweet says even if there is a government shutdown, which as of right now there is, it will continue that tradition. And that's because NORAD explains the military personnel who work on the Santa Tracker are volunteers. According to the group, there are approximately 1,500 volunteers who make that program possible each and every year. Pretty cool. I've personally checked out NORAD a couple of times, and it's really cool setup that they have, guys.
Well, I remember when I was a kid, it was tracked, and they had the local radio would give announcements.
Yeah.
He's just clearing the peaks of the Andes Mountains and stuff. And we'd sit there and say, how fast is he going? When's he getting here? I got to go to sleep.
Right.
But when you said that the government shutdown wasn't going to affect it, I was worried that maybe they'd cut his funding.
Right. Well,
Got to get rid of 2 reindeer this year.
I suppose it's...
We have to take away your GPS tracking device.
Yes.
It costs us too much. And, you know, speaking about the government shutdown, I actually threw this out on my social media. I think it was Saturday.
Yeah.
I threw this out. That is, you know, even throughout this government shutdown, employees at the National Weather Service are not getting paid.
Right.
Because, of course, the National Weather Service is a government organization ran under NOAA. And NOAA, unfortunately, I don't believe... Because I think I read somewhere where they said that I think they said like 70% of the government was funded
Yeah.
But I don't believe NOAA was funded. So right now, all National Weather Service employees, including everybody at the Storm Prediction Center, the Weather Prediction Center, Climate Prediction Center, all these people are working without pay. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, because these people, these talented men and women, are working every single day to keep us safe from weather, to let us know what's going on, even though they're technically not being paid. So thank you for all the service you do if you are a government employee. Thank you, especially at the Weather Service as well. All right, here we go. Christmas Day forecast for tomorrow. Again, very slight revision. We'll be around 31 degrees, which is just a little bit below average. Average high this time of the year is around 33. So again, the valleys will probably stay into the 20s all day long. Lake Erie shoreline closer to that 33. Mainly a mostly cloudy day with a few lighter snow showers. And once again, that's winter weather advisory continues until 6 o'clock tonight for that lake effect snow. Warm up by the end of the week, but then it goes back down into the 30s for next week. And so it's that up-down pattern we've been in for the past couple weeks.
Awesome. Dakota, thank you.
You're welcome.
Merry Christmas to
Merry
both of
Christmas
you guys.
to everyone.
We get to go home after this, so certainly.
Can I
we'll-
just say
we'll
something?
need it. Yeah, go ahead.
Why does Norm get the day off?
I know Norman, man.
We love you.
They had to work last weekend, so we appreciate that. Real quick, I know we're gonna leave you here in just a moment, but Scout the Elf, Dakota, is he partying right now?
Yes.
It looks like.
I want to know what's in this cup.
I don't.
I'm going to take a look at this.
I don't.
Is he gonna? Don't you drink that?
It's whiskey.
Oh
No, it's not.
my god. Oh,
It's
well,
green tea, herbal.
I mean, it looks kind of yellow to me. I wouldn't.
Was it Frank
You naughty
Zappa?
boy,
Warned
you.
us about the yellow snow cones?
Oh, too much fun. Well, thank you all so much for joining us. That'll do it for us. Be sure to join Dakota and I tomorrow, where we have a special look back at some of the best holiday stories from across the area. Certainly don't want to miss that.
That'll be fun.
Tomorrow, right here at noon o'clock, I was about to say. Meantime, stay up to date on the area's news.
Should we just
weather,
go to
and
black?
Sports at WNYNewsNow.com. We probably should, but we leave you with the Jamestown High School a cappella choir performing Silent Night. Hope everyone has a safe and Merry Christmas.
Merry
God
Christmas. See you
bless.
tomorrow.